One day ahead of that Senate vote on the Keystone pipeline, oil prices were little changed. Domestic crude was off 18 cents to $75.64 a barrel. Now, if the pipeline is approved, what will that mean to oil prices? And which energy companies are poised to benefit the most? Jackie DeAngelis has that story.
The Keystone XL pipeline, a nearly $8 billion project that will bring oil sands crude from Canada down to the Gulf Coast. After a slew of delays, it seems a decision is imminent. A potential approval comes at an interesting time, the backdrop plummeting crude prices. West Texas Intermediate down almost 25% year to date as the U.S. ramps production and the market fears a global supply glut. Proponents of the pipeline argue it will create countless jobs, improve infrastructure, and help transport crude safely. But even if they're right, what will it do to crude prices?
Whether approval of the pipeline is bullish or bearish for prices has supporters on both sides of the issue. The bulls will say that additional ways to transport crude means additional exploration for crude and a potential lifting of the ban on exports. The bears will say that you're moving crude to an area that's already well oversupplied with crude oil.
Meantime, from an investor standpoint, there are many stocks that could benefit from a yes vote here, especially with an energy sector that's been beaten down more than 10% in the last 3 months alone. An obvious play? TransCanada. That's the company building the pipeline. Another? Canadian Natural Resources, an oil and gas exploration company that will send product through the pipe. Here in the U.S., refiner Valero will receive more product to refine. It's already benefiting from the lower leg of the pipeline that became operational earlier this year. Then there's ConocoPhillips and also ExxonMobil. They both have exposure to the oil sands. And a Houston-based company to watch, Quanta Services. It's an infrastructure play. One of its operating units will help build the pipeline.
I think what we've learned in the last week is that the Democrats realize it's going to happen at some point, and so I do think either it happens over the next couple of days by the Senate passing it, or it will happen in January when the Republicans get the majority.
So at the moment, all eyes on the Senate, then the president. For Nightly Business Report, I'm Jackie DeAngelis.